Howdy there, folks. I'm back on the campaign trail, and we are marching right through. I tabbed out. Whoops. And yeah, the last video left off November, December, and now I'm picking up in April. I just played a lot, didn't want to record, just actually play the game without having to feel like I had to talk all the time. And anyways, campaign season is now open, right? It closes between, well, it makes it harder to move and everything between, I think, November 1st and April 1st. So we're back at it. Some things to mention. I don't really like seeing those telegraph lines. That's not what I'm going to mention. But what did you miss? Most of the enemy fleet is now gone. Enemy fleets anywhere are pretty much gone. The James River Squadron and the North Carolina Squadron have been pretty massively buffed, but not even completely buffed, because I built 18 new cotton-clad rams, 18 new frigates. Cotton-clad rams are done. The frigates are getting done. A bunch of ships went in for repair. We captured a ship of the line from the Union, and so we're going to add that to our two fleets, but we cleared out just about everything in here. I believe they do have some fleets up in New England, and they might be building more. They apparently have a lot somewhere, right? Because their naval tonnage is still 50% higher than mine, more than 50% higher than mine. So they're off to somewhere, and I am going to go try to find them. In the far, far west, the so-called Indian Territory out here, the two junior armies from last year have succeeded in taking almost all the forts, or at least all the forts I know of, all these ones out here. They're currently engaged at Fort Cobb, and they may take that. After that, clearly it looks like the roads end. We did end up taking the fort out here. There's almost no trade coming through that node before, so there wasn't that much to block, and it kind of felt like it wasn't really worth it here. I'm going to press play just to make sure our numbers normalize, and maybe we'll find out something about fleet blockading. I don't know. But my thinking is, when this is done, I don't know if either of these have siege perk. I'm not seeing it. Holy moly, somehow this army of the Trans-Mississippi leveled up level 3 foot cav way faster than Porterfields, who I've had running in. Anyways, that's that. So when they finish up, we'll probably send one over to either the Central Theater or the Western Theater. The one major big miss was that these armies were up here. They were out of supply. I sent several armies at them, and I let that auto-resolve, and we lost. And so we had to end up coming back here, and we've kind of rested and regrouped and all that other good stuff. And we could probably start out against them again. It was a massive battle. Probably would have been fun to fight, but I just didn't feel like doing it. So that was the kind of misadventure. And then over here, we had another auto-resolve right about here, and we won that one, thankfully. And yeah, we're back to where we are at the moment. Still sitting around on defense. The other railroad, I don't think it finished before, right? This is the first one that finished. The second one to finish was this Nashville to Covington, and I don't see actually any change. Right, because the line to Louisville was already there. These lines were already here. I'm pretty sure this line was here. So I don't know. Maybe it just became active even if it was active on the map. But I did start another railroad line that I don't know that it's going to finish during the course of the campaign. But it is from New Orleans to Tallahassee, I think is what we put in. So it's getting pretty close. It actually is going faster than I thought. So that should run right from here down to here. And speaking of New Orleans, as it is a large port that also does a large volume of trade, I went ahead and I upgraded it to level 4, and that'll be done in 15 days. And with all the blockades down here done, we should be all right. So some good stuff there. I also I used subsidies or I paid out of pocket to finally pay for the Catherine Furnace upgrade to level 2. It just seemed like it was fine. When your finances are, right, if you have an interest rate of 1.45%, we got total debt of $460 million, and your total interest cost only costs you, $7 million on a 12-month annualized basis, like you can borrow money to make investments. And so I borrowed to upgrade the Catherine furnace. I also upgraded both gold mines. If only I could find them. I think one. No, I'm in the wrong spot here, but we have one right there. And that looks like that's gone through, so it says it's 200% of gold. And then the other one is nearby. I think this is it right here. And that one has also upgraded. So whatever gold is worth, we're producing more of that. And I would say that's about it. There are a couple of things to do. With the other army over here, what I wanted to try to do is go in and capture this fort in the Florida Keys. And I want to take... I'm probably going to take both these fleets down here now. Or at least get them moving now. And it is this one, Baron, that has the mortar boats. And so I want that to bombard the other fort that's down there. And I'll just keep my forces together because I don't want to lose. But we'll get them moving now, and we'll transfer in the rest of our repairing ships. And yeah, that should be pretty much it. My reading of the campaign is that it's April. It might have 7 months left because let's see. I think Union morale has to stay above. No. Oh, it don't. Okay, so it has to get back to 50. Demoralize Union voters. And I guess there is a scenario where they they get like 45, 46, 47, 48. Actually, the campaign would continue, but they would lose 20, and so then they would be just barely alive. So I'm not going to press them hard because I kind of want to see how long this can play out. I'm not going to give them anything. I'm still going to roleplay the defense of the territory here, but beyond that, I'm not sure how much that's let me do. I gotta be careful not to accidentally take Washington, D.C. and all but end things way too early. Alright, so the aforementioned fall of Fort Cobb, I think. Army of Iowa disintegrates. Alright, I've been chasing that thing, beating that thing up for, I don't know, feels like since January 1st. So with that done, let's see, what siege train. All right, I want to move Pillow in the Army of Alabama, even though they don't have the most efficient of marching. I'm gonna move them down here to New Orleans. They don't have to move too quickly, but we're running out of supply out there anyways, and we'll have the other army track back probably to the center, maybe to Missouri. I'm not really sure. But anyways, that's that. Project-wise, I don't know if I've seen a lot that I really like. The overview of just everything, though, is as you see it. National support has been hard to arrest and the decline and bring it up, and so as a result, national morale keeps ticking down. Loyal states for me is now up to 18 from 16. I think when I started military experience, you can read it, right? We're 76 and 2. I'm pretty sure those two were both. I know that they were both auto-resolve losses. If you've been unfortunate enough to watch any of my other campaigns, like this casualty ratio is much closer, and that largely jives with what I've experienced in game. I think some of this is closer than it could be, right? If I hadn't auto-resolved some of these, I could have done better. But I think that the general trend would still be at best 2-to-1, and I don't even think I could do 2-to-1 overall. Here, the economy is almost as close as it's ever been. And when you dig into it, you can see that, all right, well, you don't know this, but we're actually much further behind on weapon technology than we were. I think they just had 120, and now they're up to like 145. Corporate profits, though, in the CSA are doing much better. Domestic trade is way down, but foreign trade is way up. And so that's a big help. Private income, you can read it what it is. but the credibility, I think, is what makes this look closer than otherwise is. And trade warfare is just completely bugged. I mean, 1.2 billion in 3 months of war. And let's see, total export volume trailing 12 months. I mean, 9.3 billion on a 12-month basis, 7.7 billion's worth of imports. Like, there's nothing for me to realistically complain about there. I'm not sure that tariffs have tracked proportionally with imports. Maybe they have, but it seems like maybe they haven't. So what's potentially looking good here is more trade deals. I mean, send envoys. I don't know that we're going to be able to use it or need it. But now that we've cleared the blockades out, it seems good. On the military side of things, you know, army upkeep is pretty low. I don't know why exactly. It must have been because of this must be because of reenlistments or something like that. So I don't know. I also don't want to focus too much on plantation mechanization because I think we have a surplus of cotton. All right, it's not showing up now. Wow, we've been short of transport ships forever, and now we have a surplus of them. We're still short of iron and machine parts, but oh well. Welfare population, this other stuff, and then on their end, they're still in a crisis. You can see they're going big for the trade deals, so actually a blockade now would, I would think, do more damage than usual. But yeah, I mean, just to play it out, I'll see how trade deals goes. I might save up for another railroad upgrade. Might try to get one done. Oh, we could do military railroad. I forgot about this. Troop movement speed along railroads is greatly increased, but I don't feel like it's too slow. Logistics reforms. Maybe. I don't know. How much do I have? It's got to be over 10 million. Yeah, we got 14 million. Civil order would seem like the one thing that might help in future fighting to not have that erosion of support. But I don't see too much else here I really care to do, so yeah, we'll probably do a round of logistics reforms. I guess I'll do 2 of those. What are we hanging on to in terms of, okay, subsidies? We got more for those. We're going to save up and maybe do agricultural or subsidized agriculture, something like that. Policies and acts, I think, are just all sitting where they are. I could do Mexico, but at this point, I feel like the role playing is we would not want France on our borders, and so we should kind of hope that they lose in Mexico, but do so without, stating it. And I don't think it's worth the loss of Texas recruits for what they're worth. Doesn't feel worth it to me. So we're not going to do that. And yeah, that's still it. One of the things, if you're thinking about, done more with trade and Navy and all that other stuff, you do look at the ports and you sort it by, I think it's got to go by level. They will show you at the bottom, like the most advanced ones. The Norfolk one is great in a lot of ways, and certainly when you see the value, I mean, compared to some of the other values, it's got a lot. But it was also blockaded for almost the entire war. I think it was just recently finally cleared out completely. And so if you're going to spend a lot, I mean, it's a level 4 port, you might want to think about whether it makes sense to necessarily spend it there. I did not realize that the Memphis port, I mean, it's always a bit odd. Holy, is this right? Alright, company production, that's transfer ships. I mean, the Memphis port looks significant. I can't figure out why its value though is only 2.4K when you have other ports that are doing more. The only thing I can think of is that it's so far inland. But the efficiencies are all kind of the same, so it's a little bit suspect for me. But building these things out is not a bad idea. But if they're blockaded, you're kind of wasting your time. And the price values. price values? My goodness, I'm tired. Price varies. Oh, and I guess I already decided I was going to move this up to level 4. And it usually tells you like how long it's going to take, but this already has quite a bit of transport capacity, and I think it jumps up, I think it more than doubles. And it was, if I recall correctly, reasonably good. Port Royal. So this would be an actually good example of why I don't think I would do this. I mean, transport capacity, I guess, isn't everything. Yeah, maybe I take that back. Maybe I would, but just to get an idea of how much it would cost. 75 million. There's something off with that pricing. I did not pay 75 million for anything, for the New Orleans port, for the one I think it was there in Charleston. So yeah, I would not do that. We're scouting. We actually don't need to keep scouting because that part is done. Since we're really, really efficient, I want these guys to go to New Orleans. I think no, I don't. I lied. Let's try this again. We're going to send those guys up into... maybe rather than Missouri, move them to Nashville, and then they can flex to wherever they need to go from there. We could get Cumberland Furnace, which doesn't do a bad job. I was kind of saving up for a railroad or something else like that, but I don't know if there are that many other railroads that look enticing. Little Rock and Dallas seems pretty short. Little Rock and Memphis, I mean, I like Memphis. It also seems awfully short. Savannah and Tallahassee, Houston and Brashear. You know what? Maybe Savannah and Tallahassee. Because then we have railroads that go from New Orleans also to Tallahassee up to Savannah. And Shreveport. I don't know why they think I can do Pittsburgh and Indianapolis. There's no reason I would construct those. Houston and Shreveport. Yeah, I'm not too sure about some of those calls, but I wonder how much iron we're actually producing. And some of this stuff is just absolutely, it seems absolutely bonkers to me. Right? Like we've had a long-term shortage of iron, and it's telling me that, I don't know why it's, all right, but even without them, maybe it's not without them, I don't know. Yeah, I think that this is exports to the Union. I mean, it's $21 million worth. And we're importing from the Union $2.6 million worth. I don't really understand it. I do understand that, trade is more permeable across these borders than some other things, but that just seems like a whole lot of trade. But maybe it's coming from places like this random ironwork right here. Not sure. And maybe if I move the Army of the Northwest up, I could actually defend it. It might make good sense to do. I mean, St. Louis, Port. It's got a little in the way of transport capacity. But that would be 73 million for relatively little transport capacity. I guess it depends on kind of what you're interested in hoping to do, but Wilmington, maybe we'll take a look at that one because that's historically a pretty important port. I mean, they're certainly doing a lot, at least in one direction, but I don't really think it's $73 million out of the regular budget worth it. Transport capacity from 28 to 65. So I think you need to shop around for a decent deal. And when you find one, go ahead and do it. And if there are some level 1s that are actually doing a lot of business, then, why not go and pay for it? But see, like, go from level 1 to level 2, it's $80 million. Like, the scaling there just doesn't make any sense to me. But Sales tax and tariffs, right? It's 12 million. It's not bad. Rockets landing. Now, I haven't looked at any of these because they were blockaded for so much of the war. They do a little bit. Again, 71 million just seems kind of crazy for what we're looking at. So that's why, if it doesn't look like a good deal, we'd probably just hold it where it is. The other furnace might be a good idea. We also have other mines, but I don't know that we're really having a problem producing a lot of the stuff that comes out of mines. I mean, coal, I mean, iron, we can only do with what we have. I think I've held off on increasing that coal mine because it was too close to the front and it felt like it was likely to get raided. And again, this might be a lot of coal that just spills right over into the Union. I don't know. Just saw that here. I don't know why that's mine, but we'll get rid of that. Louisville Harbor. I mean, it's already got a port connected to it, which isn't bad. Pillow at destination. Actually reminds me. We need to move those guys. Probably, yeah. I was letting them get out of supply. Let's move them. Sure, let's give them some R&R back there. And now what we're going to experiment with, well, what we're almost ready to experiment with, moving you over there, moving you over there, and right, blockade busters. I never really figured out how to get that perk to level up, but this fleet at least is going to get a ton of the big guns. And it's going to take a while for them to show up. And I don't know how the admirals choose. There are a lot of these, like which ships go in, because there's the combat width part of it, and I don't know that they choose or how they choose in cases where you just want to kind of sit back and do a bombardment. But I think those frigates should definitely be enough. I want the ship of the line, which might just get absolutely wrecked from this. I don't know. We don't really need a 4th rate steamer, so we'll get rid of that. Alright, so I think that's just about everything we want in here. What do we got in harbor? We got a bunch of stuff that needs to be repaired. Maybe move a few rams. Okay, 4th rate steamers are basically trash. And I don't, like I said, I don't know how the commanders decide which ships go and bombard the fort. I don't know if it's max firepower or what it is, but I want to give them basically a lot of long-range options, and then the cotton-clad rams will be a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should we ever need them? I think I'd like to have a full complement. Alright, so that is going to be them. I feel like there was something else I was doing. I don't remember it though. They are moving. I mean, I think a lot of this stuff can just get packed in the James River Squadron. Oh, what was the health of that? Here, that thing needs to get repaired. Yeah, that thing needs to get repaired. All right, that's in fine. 4th rate, 4th rate. Another 4th rate. Okay, these are 90% and above, so we'll take those. Jeez, there's a lot of kind of garbage ships. And, alright, so that's pretty much left with what's building. Yeah, we'll move in there. I want to find... Alright, so Pillow is here. I want to see how this works. I've never done this. In 600 plus hours or whatever I've done, I've never actually gotten this to work. Well, because I've never tried it. But I would assume that they could probably embark at New Orleans. Like I said, I don't know. So we'll see how that plays out. Right, these guys with their sweet movement are taking their sweet time. They're really not, but they're doing fine. Running up there. I think we lost more national morale already. I mean, it could be worse, right? Confederate major advantage. I don't know if this just purely reads national morale. It feels a bit redundant. But I was kind of thinking that might be it. Right, we're over here. We're playing defense. You know, maybe something we could do. A little bit of role play here is just get the. Come on, you can click. There you go. All right, get Alexandria back. Army of Potomac can come over to Winchester and go to guard duty there. Oh my goodness, this lag is real. And I'm not... Holy crap. I am not rendering anything in the background. It's nothing like that. I don't know, man. We bugging out here. Maybe I just crashed. Be the first time in a while I've crashed out of this game. We came back. Alright. So move them over there. Yes, yes. They're okay. I don't know. Available workforce 67%. They're doing quite a bit of iron. That's 26,000 pieces out. Yeah, sure. Let's just do it. And all right. So in like a little over 3 months, we'll be done. Let's speed it up a little bit, otherwise we'll be here a long time. Fortress of Dibble. I think this is all. You know, so it was kind of soft announced that there is a DLC for this game, and who knows? By the time this video goes up, maybe it'll be hard announced and it'll be more widespread. But there's a lot of newspaper articles about Prussian activities. So these are obviously the Franco-Prussia wars. I mean, there's other stuff too, right? Russia and various issues, bonds. Sure. Forget why that is. Holy bajoli. I guess it's all those frigates that cost that money. Right, because for a long time this has been like 30 to 60 million, and so it must have been those frigates and other things. I built a lot of buildings. Those costs are all sunk. They've already been done, so I'm not too worried about that. The Army costs less than the Navy. That tells you something right there. What is this? So this seems like not too much here. 30, like every time I do this project, this is occupation administration. I think it just gets you like +1 support. I'll see if it does. So yeah, it says +1%. So for each one of these, how much am I paying here? 2.6 million. I don't know. I don't have my calculators out, but I'm not sure that's really worth it. I don't see my army from New Orleans anymore. So I wonder what they're up to. Now, simultaneously, sort of, we're going to move these guys over to this fort, and I think this fort is even more formidable than this one I attacked earlier. Not sure if it's better to have the James River Squadron come in or not. I mean, this seriously does look like the Scottish flag, right? I'm not I'm not insane about. Oh, that's all the stuff that just finished. Okay. You know what? You know what? You know what? Might not want to do this yet. Are they actually here? Oh yeah, they are. Okay. That's fine then. Nope. Go ahead and engage. I don't know that any of this stuff needs to be set. No, that's not even the right button. Offensive is right. But yeah, that's a sweet looking Scottish flag. I have no idea if that was actually a historical battle flag, but that thing just looks great. All right, they're coming in. I really wonder if we're going to get supply or if we're going to end up out of supply. But this fort here, if I recall, just had some sick armament. And that's a level 3-4. That's level 3-4, so I guess they're probably going to look similar. But 1842 pounders, and those are rifles. 232 pounders, the 11-inch, 10-inch. Seems some quality there, or quantity there, and some quality. 1842 pounders. Yeah, these look very, very similar. Well, anyways, we'll see how it goes. Come on, get in there. I want the North Carolina squadron leading this because I'm not sure I trust the other one. All right, so I'm guessing that's the bombardment stuff. Yeah, we'll move these guys in. They already sunk a ship. CSS Forest. No idea what that was. I'm pretty sure the key to these, though, is you gotta... Oops. You gotta get the fort level down. Now they have us... I feel like we should sit at long range. I don't... Yeah, this is Blue Water Navy. Now, I don't know if there's a stance that just says bombardment. Yeah, I mean, it says that it is working. I mean, it looks like it's giving me a long-term pretty good chance of winning this. I look forward to confirming that, but we'll see. Uh-oh, yeah, they're pulling it back. I'm not too surprised. CSS Forest. Looks like it was a frigate. All right, so we got the fort condition down to 70. That seems like a pretty big jump. I mean, a lot of times I feel like I'm at 95, 98, like nothing's moving. They have 17 firepower. We have 826 firepower. All right, down to 57. I like our chances now. But I don't know, the bombardment perk. Maybe it has to level up afterwards. I'm just not sure. The Army of Alabama, for reasons known only to them, decided to get off their ships. I'm pretty sure in swampland. And now they're gonna try to finish marching. I wonder if they're gonna get stuck here. Here, I guess we'll learn more in the future. But oh, good. But if not, we definitely have an option to bombard the fort that's over there. But I think my existing fleets are going to be in a bit rough, some rough shape. Wait a minute. Has this just ended and no more? I don't know. Fort condition is 0. Maybe we got to put troops in it? That's one of the other things I can think of. Oh, they look stuck. They look stuck. All right, it's nighttime. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt there. see if we can get them back to Fort Brooke here. Here, we're gonna send this back to port. Let's see what these guys do the next day. All right, moving forward for now. That's all they moved in one day. It was, well, maybe that's a lot, but if it goes without saying, I'll say it anyways. We probably need to stow some of these frigates. Because I think that's what the expense is. I mean, the little junky cotton-clad level 1s or whatever, I can't imagine are doing it. 825 firepower. Yeah, but they did not get too much in the way of bombardment. I'm going to move these guys over here. I kind of assume that their damage isn't too bad, right? 82, 83, 79, 81, 84, well, 66. We'll just send this back. Yeah, if it's too bad, we'll just send it back. Okay, we'll get rid of that cotton-clad. And we'll send that one back, and we'll just get them recalled later. Get them back in the fleet later. Alright, we're repairing there, though I'm not sure how much we need it. Yeah. Yeah, that probably wasn't the best move. It probably is just better to send the ships themselves out. And I don't think it really matters, but we're going to move these guys over here. Alright, you go prepare your siege. La 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 la. Alright, Army of the Trans-Mississippi is here. Interest rate has crept only so slightly despite all of this. Alright, we're not close enough apparently to retake Alexandria, so we're going to creep in. If we can. How big is the third corps? 26,000? Move back down here. Uh-oh. Let's see. Can we do it? What am I looking at here? It does... They're not giving us the best of odds. I guess I should have sent the fort. So, alright. I think maybe a way to do this would be send the 830 firepower dudes in. Have them come in, level the fort, and then let the army come in. But I'm not gonna mess with them too much. Provisions? They're getting provisions. Alright, from the trade notes. Alright. Well, that's fine to know. Good old Fort Zachary Taylor. Alright. I believe no, I did not upgrade this coal mine. Yeah. 23 million out of pocket sounds like a lot. Especially when it doesn't feel like we need it. I can still be on the hunt here for some decent values. Sports 16 million it's brought in. This has brought in almost nothing. And I wonder, even though it has more transport capacity, I think it might be because it's linked to the bridge. Which is stuff that you can't really upgrade, but that's okay. It'd be kind of weird if you could. Yeah, it just doesn't. See, 17 million by contrast makes it seem like these guys do a lot more. 87 million though. Feels a bit rich. All right, so we have Alexandria. That's good news. We can pull back. I want to get surprised. We are running around at five times speed, and I'm not really paying attention to what's going on out west, where I know they have significant forces. I don't know exactly what this is, but it looks like a force we might be able to fight. Here, let's see what happened last month. Let's see what's going on with them. They're still in a credit crisis. Administrative reform is not going to get you out of that problem. Their morale is impressively high. Like, unrealistically high. Mostly defending his land. Yeah, I'd say so. Our debt increased by 25 million. We're in recession? Although mediocre and decreasing, yet our tax revenues increased by 56 million. Trailing 12 months, $10 billion of exports, 8.2 billion of imports. Our average corporate production's up 11 million. We're still short of iron, coffee, machine parts. Nothing has changed. But now we're instead of I bet there. Wait. I feel like sometimes there's more to these reports than you see, or maybe that's only when it's in script writing. Economy they say is in a recession. I don't get it. It is something about this game that when your economy is actually in decline, it says it's in recovery. And then when you're actually in expansion, right? If you look back, so this is May 1863. So back 1 year, we're at, we'll say 14, and now we're up to 19. I know it's 140, 190, but it's the same idea. I mean, that is not quite a 50% gain, but that's darn near close. I mean, for 12 months, like, what else are you going to do with your time? Okay, surplus stuff is down. That might be because less going on with the Navy. So we're actually in pretty good straits. I did not look at how their finances were. Okay, national debt, we'll put them in there. They're at 3 billion. Their interest rate still 5.5%, and their credit rating is still at CCC. And I think it looks like it's basically been there for a long time. So that's that. So yeah, note to self: if you have a fleet that can take down a fort, have them do it, and then you can move probably a relatively small group in. I don't know what's gonna happen if I pull these guys back. But I also kind of want to see if I'm right. So we're gonna do it. All right, we're gonna move, and we're gonna let the fleet with 832 firepower open up, and yeah. Okay. That is, wow. It's a nice looking model too. Okay, I think we're not done? Like, surely we must be done. Oh, it's got, like, there's basically no one left alive. All right, let's see. Now let's send in the troops. Yeah. We'll do that. And we'll just keep them there. I guess the bombardment did move up a little bit. Now how are we looking? All right, so they have no fort condition. They have no men left. And they've taken 89 casualties. We'll come back in a day or two, and maybe they don't realize there's nobody in there. I don't know. Cedar Point. Wow, 21 million this is taken in. That's in Texas. How much is 85 million? You know, that's not too bad. Fernando, 24 million. That's not bad. All right, so we got some options there. What are our chances? We only have a 54% chance. All right, I gotta try. Like, come on. I think we also do new railroad line open. Oh, perfect. It's like if you've ever seen anybody with ADHD, adult ADHD, play this game. That's what I'm doing. Savannah and Tallahassee. I like that one. Jackson to Selma. I also is that so. Right, so we're in Mobile, Meridian, Pensacola. So it's going to be a line that's just going to run right through here. I don't know. I don't hate that either. I don't know, but my initial inclination was to go Savannah to Tallahassee. So let's do it. And down here, we're just going to order the assault. I don't understand a fort with no condition and no men. I guess we'll see. Well, that might... Glorious victory. Alright. If you say so. Tell me what my losses were. We just... 15 people just went missing, that's all. Alright, we're gonna put... No. We're not gonna rebuild this. No. Alright, let's see... Alright, we're getting some supplies in. Alright, we may just sit here for a little while. We're going to rebuild this fort. I think that's what they're going to do. And then we're going to move that army over here, take this fort, do the same thing, move them back. They may fall out of supply, but it's fine. Jefferson Garrison 100%? I'm certain that's not true. Bottom of our map disappeared. That was kind of odd too. Alright, that looks like it's done. We might have to move those guys just out. I don't think that they would continue to engage the fort before it's been taken, so. Alright, we'll do that like that. We'll find out what we're missing. Food, who would have thought? Machine parts, yeah, it looks like factories are really underbuilt. No, I blame me. Let's see. Foundry, okay. We're not in alphabetical order, which is odd. Value. Sure. Charlotte manufacturing. Holy moly, those things are huge. 676. Now these are the level 2s where we see 162, 141, 59. So I wonder if there's that kind of jump almost everywhere. I'm trying to figure out. I think probably the Atlanta manufactories are the most secure. Where are Winchester manufactories? Well, kind of out of curiosity, I would just... let's see how much each one is. So this one is going to cost, I'm going to say 100 million. How much of it is it in subsidies? 22 million, that's a year. Holy moly. Right, Atlanta manufactories. Oh, I forgot about this. I mean, if I were still producing weapons, that might be kind of important. Seems like such a pittance. 19 million? No problem. Actually, on that logic, yeah, sure, let's do 19 million out of pocket. Let's also speed this up here again. We've got kind of want to finish the campaign at some point. Alright, it's Navy upkeep. Yeah. Alright. I think they're still below 40. I'm not sure how quickly they're recovering. Battle of Heligoland fought. Oh, I'm sure we're issuing bonds, but we're still holding steady at under 1.5% interest, so not that concerned. Another round of trade deals? I think so. I really do. Trade warfare at this point, with no blockades up from them and me not having any active blockades against them, it doesn't quite feel right to do. It's going to take 96 days to do. Huh. Alright. I don't know if I'm going to wait that long. I'm actually certain that I won't. So instead what we'll do is that. I guess we'll give it another day or two, and then we'll auto-resolve it. Quick check around to see what's going on. And not a lot. Fascinating stuff, man. So weird. When I was just looking at the economy, it looked like it dipped significantly. Now it's churning back up. Noticeably, though, wealth, for whatever reason, is on the decline. I'm starting to wonder if it's time to start cutting some taxes and maybe some tariffs. 5% I wouldn't think is that much. I mean, when you cut it to 4%, though, if it's going to remove about $22 million annually from the budget. That's a fairly big expense, but then again, I just spent the same amount upgrading a ironworks that I didn't really need to upgrade, so go figure. But yeah, that is that. So we did get it. No deaths again. That's fine. What's our readiness? Our readiness is good, so we're gonna plop these guys back here. And we're gonna get these fleets, well, we're gonna get these fleets moving. So I think that's everything there is to do down here. $90 million to upgrade that little tiny thing. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Huh. back to 192,000 fielded. Naval tonnage has gone up a little bit. Mine's actually gone down, I think, a little bit. That might be because of what's in harbor. And my economy finally surpassed theirs. It only took 37 months or so. I wish I could have taken more here in Kansas. I mean, especially since we control all the IIPs. I kind of wish the control of a percentage of IPs was what flipped a lot of this. Rather than some of these larger towns, which, you know, it's fine, but Maximilian. Alright. Where are our fleets at? They are here. And now they're there. June just went through, so we'll find out. What do we find out? Yeah, I mean, it's just stupid here. Administration reform. Federal relations with Spain, they always report on, I feel like. Alright. 50 million increase in debt, definitely. Mediocre and decreasing. Tax revenues decreased. Trade went up by $1 billion on an annualized bit. Corporate production is up. Yeah. So back to the factories conundrum. I wonder if upgrading the level 1s is a cheaper... Well, it should certainly be cheaper. New Orleans manufacturers are also level 1, and there's capital down here. It's 58 million. That's not bad. Yeah, I mean, we're going hard in the paint for New Orleans. So there's New Orleans manufactories, and then I guess there's also these manufactories. I don't know if upgrading 2 would, in the same area, would make sense. I'm not going to do it. I saw there was something here, I think, in Nashville. Probably some factories. And I guess not. Right on cue. Oh, Memphis. Okay. That explains it. Why not? What's the worst that could happen, right? I'm actually trying to find out. Though I think I might have found this out in previous campaigns, but it really wasn't too bad compared to other things. Whoops, I must have misclicked on something up here. What we're going to do is try to get these 2 fleets right. And I think that just means turning some crappier ships over to the other fleet and then turning some frigates over to this one. None of those are particularly good. So we'll give up. Oh, wrong fleet again. Yeah, we'll give up 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, sure. Grab another cotton-clad ram. Some 4th-rate steamers, I guess. Alright, we'll do that, and we'll just give everything else to the other fleet. Yeah. And then we'll send them forward. Take a look at what's in New England. I'll take a look at the condition of this fleet. Looks like everything. I guess I understand now why I wasn't taking all these before. Now we'll put that back for repairs. Yeah, should have looked at that before I did it. Okay. So they are ready to start out. And we'll move them up together. So now the interest rate is actually kind of starting to tick up. Army upkeep's low, though. And what I think I might do is... Sure, we'll do another round of railroad construction. Maybe one more round of logistics reforms. How much? 8.6 million beyond what we already have. No. We're going to do trade warfare, and then we're going to hop into finances. And I'm not seeing too much more good for this. Agriculture, we can keep what it is. Industry, we can keep what it is. Diplomacy... I don't think I see the point anymore. We're not going to be able to get the diplomatic one in time, I don't believe. And yeah, we got other pressures going on, so we're going to try to keep a low interest rate. I mean, you can see that the overall interest costs are just really low on an annualized basis, so that's good. All right. And we'll send them up to start blockading like that. And like that. Alright, Lincoln's running for a second term. What else did we have? Sure, we'll run that through and just get rid of those military subsidies. So I guess it could be railroads from here on out. I want to see when they park. I think the distance matters. I think it does, but let's wait and see. Could always start a naval invasion, right? We could bring troops out here. We could just sail them right on up. 100% blocked. 100% blocked. Okay, I don't think these ports are the largest though, so we're going to move North Carolina Squadron. We're going to put them blockading up here. Move James River Squadron up a little bit. Jersey and Delaware aren't the big prizes. They are. They are all completely blocked. As is that. Wow, so that's really different. At least it feels really different. See how far James River can get away and still maintain 100%. There, North Carolina Squadron will move up a little bit. We'll see kind of how we can bookend this area. Wonder what we can catch between us here. Let's move them up there. So that didn't, I mean, it doesn't change that much by moving from here to there. I think you might have gotten this port blockaded for what that is worth. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they have more fleets up here. Keep an eye out. I also wondered, and it's one of the things I guess I can do right now is just speed, building costs. What I wonder is, does the type of ship affect how strong of a blockade it is? Like how good it is at blockading? Not sure what they mean by the number of civilian ships. I mean, do we build civilian? I don't know. I don't think so. Alright, so now it looks like we're actually dealing damage to the port. So, I don't know if that's what sometimes has shown up in the past in terms of cost, but apparently if you station, now it might be because of the size of the fleets or something else, but if you station two fleets like that, looks like you can get 100% blockade of most of the money, right? If you're going to take away New York City and Brooklyn all the way up to Portland, Bangor is surprisingly large. I feel like they use this already, this picture here, but maybe I'm just going crazy. Let's see if we're having an effect at all. So now trade warfare is actually ticking up, and I think it's because we're doing damage. That's the that's that icon there. But we're not bombarding. Well, it might be, it probably is too little too late, but that's what we're doing. And I have no idea where their fleet is. None whatsoever. Sure, it exists. And larger than mine, at least by tonnage, but I don't see it at all. All right, last month. Yeah, $100 million increase. Well, that was... Tax revenues decreased, yikes, by 9 million. Export volumes up. Corp production's down. All right. Intelligence. Government is in a crisis. I don't think they're doing anything. Their national morale is back, though. Somehow, some way. My economy remains just slightly larger. So it's much... Corporations are much better. My domestic trade, not so much. My foreign trade is much better. Private income is still slightly better. Their weapons tech is still far ahead of me, but... Now, we're never going to win on everything. Do we have farm mechanization? No, we don't need volunteers. They're out of curiosity. Actually, more than out of curiosity. Where am I on weapons orders? I think everything has come in and I've just kind of ignored it. We got 3,000 Mississippis in stock. Not even enough for a brigade. We do have 11,000. Those, we got 40 30 pounders, 43 20 pounders, 127 10 pounders. Okay. That looks fine. Good. I'm pretty sure everything here is fine. I think the only few are the 2 more recently created ones. And we can just... They have their experience. They probably could have used these 30 pounders before they had to take all those forts, but that range and firepower would have been nice. But they're getting them at some point. Augustine is just... Let's do better. There we go. Lorenz is fine. 10 pounders. There's fine. Yeah, let's do the plains rifles. Okay. Actually, I don't think we have any 30 pounders left. I'll order some. What else are we gonna do? Oh, ye old. I just saw a Gatling gun. I saw it show up somewhere in the list here. The Gatling gun. And yet we have 4. Interesting. Ooh, cool, 100 million. Yeah, I think I'd still be inclined to just go around and play small ball and do upgrade a lot of the level 1 things to level 2 things, rather than go from level 2 to level 3 at this point. Oh, fleets are out. What are we looking at here? Guns 140. Guns 283. Okay, gents. I'm gonna bring you over here. I'm gonna bring you straight back. And my guess what'll happen is we'll fight. If we win, we're gonna need massive repairs. And so we'll get those repairs if we survive, and we'll rebuild, and if we don't, we don't. We can at least find out here. Did we do anything? We did like a little bit of damage beyond that, but nothing, I think nothing terribly great. Oh, I have a lot of stuff in harbor. You know what? We're gonna move this out because I think these fights are gonna be bigger than I kind of thought they were gonna be. Uh-oh. Sounds like they might have started without me. I don't know what is what here. Well, whatever. I'll just do it like this. I think that'll be everybody out. Should not have sent that ship to the line. As much as its guns would help. Not necessary. So we're going to set... Well, maybe. Maybe we'll set these guys to blockade. Here, we'll still have them blockade here. We'll wait until their other ships show up as reinforcements, and then we'll have the last battle here for Middle Earth. How are we doing? We're down to $75 billion annualized over 12 months. It's not bad. Army upkeep is plummeted, I think, because the armies are pretty much stationary. But they have rebuilt their army a bit. I'm surprised military experience is so high. But I guess there have been 78 battles, so I guess it kind of makes sense. Still waiting on those, that, and those, so we're going to keep waiting. I mean, it's what we're doing a lot of. It's been like this for a while in game. Yeah, it'd be nice to turn states based on the occupation of their IIPs. Like, I don't know, 65% of it or something like that flips it. I know right now support almost looks like that, but it seems like there are some states like you could never take. I bet if I went in and tried to take Maryland and Delaware, I could occupy just about all the states, but they're never going to flip. And investing in, well, whatever it was that was allowing me to like slowly turn their population, it was a single percentage point. Didn't really feel like it was making the difference to me, so no thanks. The third battle of Nanking has concluded. Doing another lag spike here? I don't know. Alright, hopefully not. Alright, looks like they're all here except for one cot, two conclad rams. Starting to wonder if they'll ever show up. They say they're missing 1, 2, a 4th rate steamer. Alright, it might make the difference, but I'm not too sure about that. Alright, Caesar blockading, in case that has some sort of effect. I would think that it might, but I don't know. I'm also not sure that the game would model it correctly. Alright, let's check it out. How bad of a decision did we make? So this is at 500 yards. They have torpedoes, which gives them ramming efficiency. I guess that's how they model it. I didn't realize we were bringing that much more firepower. But we're at close range. That's where the conclad rams should do their thing. Hit, no effect, hit, no effect. I wonder if they're all hitting Cottonclads. And they're down to 22 guns on 10 ships, so it's not too good. They got a frigate. Looks like they got a ram of their own. 13 ships have been sunk and 5 captured. Yeah, I bet the condition of my fleet is alarming. And then I think there's another battle right after it. It seems like this weird thing that does sometimes happen. I don't know why. Yeah. Alright, so all that's done. I mean, there's a lot that should go back to port after that. Including stuff that's been captured here. Alright, send this back rather than have it lost. Yeah, send that back. Send that back. Send that back. And that. And that. So those Cottonclads did take a bunch of damage, but again, they're like one of the cheapest things you can do. When you have an abundance of cotton, you know, it's just sitting around, you probably might as well get rid of it. Might as well use it to arm your ships. Probably cheaper than putting actual armor on. Alright, so this is James River Squadron. We got their not so secure stuff out of here. Send that back. Send that back. Yeah, we'll send it back. Definitely send that back. This other stuff's a little beat up. Yeah. Alright, we'll keep that like that. Can't go back to blockading because our readiness is so in the toilet here. Alright, things continue, I guess. I'm trying to think of other things I should be looking at here. Well, I'm kind of just waiting for this campaign to play out. We need to look at harbor upgrades. Man, some of the... Whoa. Yeah, this might go bad if we can't bring the other shit. Yeah, we're gonna lose this. Yikes. Oh well. Shattering fleet is believed to be very... My fleet is not far. The condition of my fleet is good. Nope. It certainly is not. If there's any silver lining in all this, it might reduce our naval upkeep costs because they sunk a bunch of it. So, there's your silver lining. Yeah, sure, we issued bonds. There's basically no new news from them. That's fine. Wow, tax revenues are really down last month. Corporate production down a little bit. I would say that usually in the campaign at this point, there's kind of a long-term decline. There might have even been a year-long, basically, depression at this point. I don't see that yet. I don't know. Maybe that's what this is. The building costs feel sunk at this point. And I'm thinking about returning other things, sales taxes, something like that. Oh, I didn't check to see what is the naval tonnage. So my naval tonnage didn't fall that much. Theirs did. They lost about 15,000. I lost maybe 5,000. So it looks like most of my fleet's going to go back. I think whatever I just lost there, I'll probably get back in ships that I captured in the first engagement. Trade warfare finally seems like it's registering. I guess that's correct. And I think they're actually going to make it. Oh, well, I guess some of those naval battles didn't help. But, yeah, I think I would have thought that that pause would help their morale recover. I think they now are on track to probably get back to 50 by maybe by November, although that's closer than I think August, September, October, November, 3 months. I don't know, 3 months ago was the beginning of this episode, and they were at 38, so maybe I'll take that back. Your Wayne War erupts. Oh no. Alright, we're going to bring these guys back to the land of the living here. Vacation's over. And these guys eventually will get back to it. There's a lot of stuff in port. Yeah, port's got a lot to do. I don't know if that's showing up in any of these costs here. Doesn't look like it because Navy upkeep is so low at the moment. Projects that might have come due. We have cotton, farm, plantation, subsidized industry. You know, I would think that industry might be so large at this point that this one is, how much is this? 4.3 million? To just subsidize all industry. That, I don't know, rather than one specific project. Subsidized industry, I don't remember if it's 2.5 or 5%, so it'll be 5% for 4.3 million. So basically, if we have an industry that's 100 million in value, if we increase it by 5%, that'd be 5 million. And it would compound every year. I mean, it would be a good policy once everything is kind of built up. Yeah, I'm inclined to do it. Let's do it. Subsidized industry, subsidized agriculture. Yeah, we'll do that, and then we're gonna cancel the rest of these agricultural subsidies, which I don't think we need anymore. So it's politics and other stuff. I'm not too worried about it, but I'll just do it anyways. Alright, let me get a check on the clock here. I think we're at the end of the episode. Yeah, that's what it's looking like, and it looks like we'll have one more episode. Oh, I thought that had happened a long time ago. We'll have one more episode that may or may not be the conclusion, depending on the enemy morale. There might be some projects I could pursue to try to prolong the war if I wanted. Not that. I don't think that. This might. Yeah, that might. It would take a month to complete. And all that would do would push this campaign on a little bit further. I'm not sure. I think it's a decision for another episode, but well, let me think. Is it really worth doing a whole other episode to watch 3 more months if no battles are taking place? I think I'm just gonna power through and make this the last episode, and yeah. So it's just gonna run long, and it's fine. The campaign can come to an end, but we're not really fighting battles anymore. So what's the point? I also just wonder what happens if their morale goes up. And even then, they only really need to get to, I think, 46 or something like that. I mean, does the war just keep going? know what? I'm going to find out. I'm going to find out. Well, I'm going to try to find out. No idea if it'll work. Not look at those finances when they're in front of me. Interest rate is backed by 1.7%. Interest costs, though, are just still a pittance. So that's fine. Economy, I guess, is in a bit of a recession. The unions, though, is not. I mean, whatever their fiscal problems are, production is just through the roof with them. All right. We actually have something we can kind of do here. Or maybe not. Maybe we still have too many disabled ships. Yeah, we do. Alright. But with both of these, let's... Man, there's a lot of ships that need work. Yeah, I think it's just going to be a while before they're ready to go. Confederate major advantage. All right. What a railroad. I guess maybe we should give them a military railroad, but... See if it's really that much. I don't understand that movement. This movement makes no sense at all. Take the railroad up here, and then just march. Like, there's no way that that's faster. If it is, it's got to be terrible in the condition. But coal mines... at this point, why not? Get those up to level 2. Okay. Man, ships in harbor just... rough shape here. Yeah, there actually might not be any more naval action. I'm thinking for the... I mean, if it ends in November, I'm not sure this fleet's actually going to be ready to turn around and go back out. What's the problem here? Yeah, they are running a $2 million deficit. That is a problem. And at the end, we're still short of food, leather, coffee. All of that's old news. Foundries are losing money. Manufactories in Ohio, which I have no idea why I own. Thomas Riggins in Tennessee is still not making money. There he is. He cannot catch a break. Wait a minute. Since when can you get level 3 ironworks? Is this real? Why have I not seen this? Why have I not seen this? Has this really been around all this time and I never realized that ironworks can go to level 3? I'm embarrassed. This is embarrassing. 226 days? Now I really hope. I really hope, maybe because I thought that the furnace couldn't go above it, that nothing else would either. Well, maybe one of the reasons I didn't do it was because there's never been a workforce here. And so I'm not sure how upgrading it would actually solve that problem. What's their problem? Here. There is an ironworks around here, which apparently can be upgraded. Yeah, no doubt that tanked. Oh my goodness, we must have to pay 2% interest. Defensive development, friends. I might have missed the September report, but that's kind of okay with that. Man, these guys have like not budged in 1864. Okay. I really wonder why food production is so relatively low. I can't imagine I mean, even with the somewhat upgraded factories, right, that we've done. Hold on, I thought I did upgrade this already. Oh, I did. That's right. 4,000 food in, 10,000 food out. Don't ask how we do it, because the only other stuff we give you is textiles, steel, niter, leather, and somehow we're able to magically more than double our food output. And we don't need questions like, how'd you do that? Alright, so unfortunately we have low workforce, so we probably should never have done that in the first place, but oh well. Yeah, same problem here. So, you know, if I wanted to play this a little bit smarter, if I had to, probably would have done some things very differently. Could have built the factories. General News India is General News. Workforce. And let me see if I know what this means. I'm pretty sure the dark red is telling me that we don't have a lot. Okay, that's pre-goods. Yeah, 60% is low, so we would have just looked for an area that's not too red, but might have an abundance of food, or at least be able to do something. We might be able to get a factory up here. That might have helped. Uh-oh. Oh, we are into October. Probably out in Raleigh. Yeah, 77%. Like there are places there. Columbia, maybe. Palmetto Ironworks. As much fun as it would be, I gotta stop ruining the economy. What happened in September? Again, absolutely no new news. Tax revenues are, like, declining significantly. Trade has gone up another $1 billion on an annualized basis. Corporate profits are down again. Yikes. This is a depression. I mean, it's been a downturn for 6 months, but I don't know if that's a depression. It seems heavily influenced by borrowing. I guess, like, I don't actually. It's not even the deficit though. I can't even say that. If we hadn't spent on all those buildings, yes, some of these top line numbers might be smaller, but surplus would definitely be positive. Sales tax was previously 105 million or 110 million, so it's down to 98. So there's been a drop off there. guess we can see if anybody here is ready to sail. Kinda. Kinda. Pull that out. Pull that out. Pull that. And I guess we'll just add that. 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 All sorts of good stuff here. Do we got enough cotton-clad rams? Yeah. Alright, move them out. This guy's gonna get the same treatment. Alright, and we'll see what kind of firepower they look like they have. Ooh. They might have enough to just stay alive. Their morale might be like 26. When was this? This is a while ago. Alright, putting these bad boys back on blockade. $293 firepower, 298. It seems considerably less than like the 800 firepower I thought we had earlier. Unless it's just reduced because the ships in the fleet aren't 100%. Not sure. Okay, Canada. Yeah. New railroad lines, so of course, as is customary. Let's build a new one. Sure. $307 and $272. Let's see if we're doing any more damage. Probably not. Trade warfare. Yeah, it's just really low. I like the type here. The second Schleswig War is concluded. I guess that's wow. Their workforce availability is 13%. Yikes. Wonder, I think they're about to run an election, so I wonder what we're going to find. 642 was expenses. 560 is income. Negative 82. Again, a lot of that was just plowed into buildings. Interest rates are decent. I'd like to know what they're doing right to get this growth going on. No, none of those things are things I want to do. Don't want to do that. Alright, let's not drag it out. See if there are some results here we like. But their morale was, yeah, 45. It'd be very close. I wonder if it just goes to March then. And Lincoln actually would actually leave the White House. $380 for firepower. All right, these guys need more. All right, so Lincoln lose. Oh. I mean, it's a little ahistorical, right? Because Lincoln gets to stay in. Yeah, you've told us already. All right. Well, after all that, we are
fighting for independence.
Done.
That or extermination we will have.
Okay.
Jefferson Davis, President of the Confederate States of America.
Gotcha.
Epilogue.
Looks a lot like the text from the Ken Burns documentary. I didn't choose Apostles of Disunion.
All the Confederacy asked was to be let alone. Instead, the states with which they were lately confederated attempted a subjugation by arms. But the sword in Southern hand was grasped tightly, and it was against this sword the Union, under its stubborn leader Lincoln, threw itself. Relying on the divine power that they believed covered with its protection the cause they held just, the Southern soldiers struggled for their freedom, independence, and self-government. And in this struggle, the Confederacy achieved the unbelievable. On the brink of an abyss into which they did not wish to look, against all odds, as all the might of the Union crashed against them, the ranks of Southern soldiers held firm. But it would be only after the bloody and heroic struggle for freedom, the Confederacy's true demeanor would be revealed.
To be revealed shortly, I think.
The nation was born from rebellion and extreme states' rights principles, and even during a war of survival against a common foe, plagued by internal feuds and petty rivalries, the apostles of disunion would find no comfort within another union of states, centrally governed. The idea of men depriving other men of their freedom would not succeed in the changing world. The question of slavery, the so-called divine institution the Confederacy was based on to protect, in its moral impossibility, would sooner rather than later threaten to implode the quarrelsome nation. And when that time comes, Confederacy will be surrounded only by enemies, like hungry wolves, looking for any sign of weakness to exploit.
Okay. Is that the end? I feel like these things are. It's not that they're longer, but they usually give you a little bit more about how things are supposed to fictitiously have ended. But this. Alright, there's the marching. Uh. Wow, how did their national morale collapse by that much? Should have went from 45 to 25. Anyway, it's really odd. It has my number of men fielded as lower than theirs. Naval tonnage ended up being much closer. That's fine. Military experience. You know, I think I've forgotten that a reason to maybe pursue some naval stuff, in addition to the economic reasons and the role playing reasons, is it does build up military experience, which jives well with others. When you recruit late in the war, it gets their training up more quickly. All right, can I quit? I guess it's just the campaign. You can't leave. Anyways, folks, it was a pleasure. I will do another one of these at some point. I want to make sure that we get something stable enough to run a campaign through on. It's hard to get one of these done before things start going a little wonky. But yeah, we'll definitely do this again.